Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss the topic of election commission. So it is in the news. Why it is in the news? Everyone are aware that elections are going to be conducted in the next month. So it is so much in the news and questions can be asked in the prelims as well as the mains. Now let's start our topic. So election commission is the body which conducts elections for the parliament, legislature of every state and also the office of the president and the vice president of India. We are a democracy. So we all know the importance of the elections and so the election commission. So election commission is a constitutional body which is responsible for conducting of the elections. Now, the independence and autonomy of this body, this constitutional body is very important. Please mind you, this election commission means it indicates chief election commissioner plus two election commissioners. Okay, so this is what when we say election commission means. Now, the autonomy and independence of this election commission primarily determined by the three factors. What are these three factors? How these people are appointed. So appointment and salaries and then removals. In these three areas, government should not influence. If the influence is less or least or zero in these three areas, then we can say this body is autonomous. When these three things are not happening, people are saying that this election commission is getting biased towards the government. So people also going to the Supreme Court in these three aspects. So how the appointment used to happen so far? The appointment used to be done by the executive. That means president will appoint the CEC or the election commissioners once the prime minister gives the recommendations. See here, in the absence of the particular process being laid down by the parliamentary law, the president has been appointing the chief election commissioner and the election commissioners. The power to make appointment rested exclusively with the executive. So there were various allegations that the government is influencing the body of election commission. So people also went to the Supreme Court in order to change this process. In the 2023 Anup Barnawal versus Union of India case, Supreme Court said, look, government, the selection commission is a very important body. Keep and make an some independent separate body to for the appointment of this election commission. So Supreme Court said, make a selection committee which should comprise of the selection committee should comprise of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and Chief Justice of India. So these three members should be recommending for the appointment of the CEC or the EC. Then President should make the appointment. Can you see here? Now the government cannot influence because two members are dominated by the Leader of Opposition and the Chief Justice of India. Government said, okay, okay. And the government has come up with the new act, Chief Election Commissioner and the Other Election Commissioners Act 2023. Like Supreme Court said, it has come up with the select committee. But see here, the select committee is comprising of the Prime Minister, Cabinet Minister. It is not CJI and the Leader of Opposition. Okay, so government has come up with the select committee, but it is not in the manner which Supreme Court has said. So this is the very important point that you need to know as per this provision. So appointment thing we have seen. Then before coming to that, let's see the other provisions of this act. Eligibility criteria. A person to become the CEC or EC, so one of the provision is he or she should have been the secretary or equivalent to the government. Now this definition, this eligibility criteria makes the EC and selection of the CEC or EC criteria becomes very narrow. Only few set of IAS officers will become eligible for appointment as a CEC and the EC. That is also another criticism. Now what is the term and the reappointment? So it is 6 years or 65 years, which is also mentioned in your Lakshmikant. Okay, so this has been kept the same. Now, if a person is appointed as a EC, he cannot be reappointed. So very important point. EC cannot be reappointed. Only thing is he can be appointed as a Chief Election Commissioner. Now, the people also say in the appointment, there should be independent body. And the salaries, just like the Supreme Court or like in the case of Supreme Court and High Court judges, the salary should be charged expenditure. Okay, and the removal should be in the manner of the Supreme Court judges. So this is what the people have asked for. But however, in this act, what the government did, let's discuss this. Salaries and pension, they have been made equivalent to the cabinet secretary. Removal for the CEC, it is in the manner of the Supreme Court judge. But however, for the other two election commissioners, the removal can be done normally by the government. President can remove him. Okay, even CEC can also ask for the recommend for the removal of any election commissioners. Okay, so this is the problem. Though Supreme Court has said that CEC and election commissioners have the equal status, and the decision making of this election commission body should be by the majority decision making. So both of them, all three of them have the equal status. Then how can be removal process should be different for the CEC and the two election commissioners? So that is another problem. So you need to be aware what is the removal process for the CEC and the two election commissioners. Okay, so these are the certain things that you need to know. They are very important for the prelims, and they can also be asked for the upcoming mains. In the issues and analysis, I have mentioned about the same process that are given here. Okay, now try this question that was asked in the 2017. The Election Commission in India is a 5-member body. Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general elections and the by-elections. Election Commission resolved the dispute relating to the split or merger of the recognized political parties. Here itself we can see this is not a 5-member body, and we also know that it is the Election Commission which is going to give the election schedule for the conduct of the election. So these two statements should be eliminated, and please mention the answer in the comment box. It is a very easy question of that year. Chalo. So I hope the topic of election commission and the this act CEC and other election commissioners act 2023 is cleared in a comprehensive manner in just few minutes. See here, students, I'm also not wasting your time. There would be videos where they will be taking some 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and they will be providing very less amount of content to you. I'm trying to provide as much as content as possible. I hope you guys are liking this video. Now let's move to the next topic, EVMs and the VVPATs. What are this? So these are used for conducting the elections. When you go for the voting, you will go and press a button here. This is what you will see, right? Tomorrow, now the elections are going to take place in a couple of days. So when you go for voting, so you will see this box you will see where you will have to press the button. This is called the ballot unit, and there will be another thing that is attached with the wire like this. See this wire, and there will be control unit, and this is with the polling officer. And these things together, control unit and ballot unit together, is called the EVMs. This is used for the process of the conducting elections. Before this, we used to have the ballot papers. On papers, you have to provide whatever the mark that is asked to do to the respective political party. But conducting elections through the ballot papers is a kind of risky and a time-taking process. Easily rigging can also be happened. So the election commission went for this EVM process. In this, you cannot automatically do the rigging because you go and press the vote in this ballot unit, and now if another person has to come, let's say the booth has been captured, one person can come and cannot press the vote one button 10 times, so that 10 times vote has been registered per particular X party. That cannot happen. Once you press the vote, this will be hanged. Only when the polling officer again press the refresh button, then only it can be counted. Okay, so this in this way, it can help in making the elections in a free and fair manner. Then some people said, what if I have voted for X party, but EVM is registering it for the Y party? What if this scenario happens? Okay, then Election Commission said, okay, we will introduce a new system called VVPAT. What is the full form of this VVPAT? Voter Verifiable Paper Audit Trail. Okay, voter verifiable paper audit trail. So here a screen is there. In this screen, it will be visible for 7 seconds whether the EVM is registering the same vote which you have voted or not. So in this way, there will be authenticity of the EVMs. So in this way, some issues has been resolved. Then people came and said, what if EVMs or since they are electronic devices, what if they are hacked? So government, then election commissioner said, no, these are the independent bodies. They cannot be programmable. They are one-time programmable. Okay, so once when you try to change the program of these EVMs, automatically the machines get crashed. So these chips cannot be reprogrammed, only one-time programmable. Okay, so that's how these EVMs are so safe and secure, and they cannot be used for any kind of reception of messages or transmission of the messages. So this is very safe and secure. Okay, hope these things are clear. Now you guys need to tell me who are manufacturing this thing. There are two PSUs who are playing role in manufacturing these things. Okay, one is Bharat Electronics Limited, and then another is the Electronics Corporation of India Limited. Okay, which is under the Department of the Electronics and Department of Atomic Energy, and BEL is under the Ministry of Defense. Okay, so this is very important point again for the prelims, guys. So these, so I hope you guys are clear why these EVMs are safe and secure, and who has manufactured it. Now, what is this concept of totalizer? Totalizer. It is currently it is not in use, but what the concept is now, this is one polling booth, this is one polling booth, this is one polling booth. Now, totalizer is a machine, so it will combine all the votes in this polling booths and finally give the result. Why? What is the need for this? Now, let's say one person has aggressively done some kind of उन्होंने पूछा है कि उनको वोट डालो. नाउ किसी ने उसको उनको वोट नहीं डाला, तो अगर यहाँ पर वोटिंग भी कम परसेंटेज हुई है, सो इट इज इजी फॉर हिम टू अंडरस्टैंड विच पर्सन हैज वोटेड फॉर हिम एंड विच पर्सन हैज नॉट वोटेड फॉर हिम. सो ये प्रोसेस को चेंज करने के लिए देर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ टोटलाइजर, बट स्टिल इट इज नॉट इन यूज, okay, for some other reasons. Just have an idea what is this totalizer means. So advantages, now easy conduct of elections, rigging will be not happen, and the results can be announced within just 3 to 5 hours. But still some people have the security concern, voters still do not have the confidence. Okay, some people will feel these EVMs are very difficulty in access, they are not user friendly, so these kind of things are there. Okay, so because of these things, the question was also asked in the 2018, the light of recent controversies regarding the use of EVMs, what are the challenges before the Election Commission of India to ensure the trustworthiness of the elections in India? So people are making allegations against the Election Commission, saying that they are acting pro-government, but that's not true. So for that, we should make sure the Election Commission is independent and autonomous body. Then this Election Commission, so Election Commission is introducing various systems like VVPAT. Now, this will authenticate whatever the voting that has done in the through EVMs. You will be able to see through proper paper audit trails. Okay, so there will be proper authenticity. Now, India Alliance, they are saying that let's count all the VVPATs. Okay, let's count all the papers that are present in the VVPATs. Now, the Election Commission says, then what is the use of introducing the EVMs if you have to count all the papers? Okay, then what is the need? Again, going back to the same old system. So, in order to check whether the EVMs are properly working or not, for every polling booth, count a few votes, check whether the EVM what we have pressed and whether the things that are registered in the VVPATs both are matching or not. Check for a few polling booths. This is enough to ensure the authenticity. This is what the Election Commission says. Okay. So, however, the other party says no 100% through VVPAT should happen. Okay. So this is the thing that is going on. But we are doing very good with the EVMs. I hope these concepts are very clear, and these concepts are also important because whether they are independent systems and all these things are important, which I have already shared things on the Telegram. Please go through the content and these things can be asked. I hope you guys are liking the content. If you are liking the content, please share and subscribe, and comment in the make the comments in the comment box, and I'll make more videos. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye. We'll meet soon again.